We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. John, we have a great December show here, and we need to take a moment, though, don't we?
Yeah, we got to check in with Horse Trailer Pros.
Let's go.
Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. It's our first episode of December, episode 23. We've got Lauren Nicholson and Kim Cecere in. Kimmy, yes.
Or your text message say Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah. Every time I send Rick text saying that we were going to go.
Who the heck's Jimmy?
And have Kimmy Cecere on, it turned out to Jimmy.
Yeah, it's a great show, John.
Yeah,
I
I'm excited to get them in. So we've got sort of the end of the year stuff coming up. The annual meeting is this week.
I know.
And we're all going to be heading out to NOLA.
I know, I can't wait.
Yes.
We haven't been back since 2018.
Right.
Right? Is that right?
I think that's right. It was a good convention.
It was a good convention.
A lot of karaoke happened.
Yep, and your wife is going in a official capacity. I feel so honored that I got to nominate and make sure she got put onto the board.
It's great because I have one meeting on Friday that's like an official meeting. I have a second meeting that's sort of like, hey, let's just quick sit down and have a talk. And that's it.
Yep.
I got nothing else to do. I'm going to do my run on Thursday, which will be the day that this airs, actually.
Right.
So I'm going to try to go down. Apparently there's a park next to, what is it, Lake Pontchartrain? I think I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure.
The big one?
Yeah, and I guess you can run along the lake.
You should just run over the bridge. It's like 18 miles long.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding. So good.
So it'll be a fun meeting. I'm looking forward to it.
Where are we on the fundraiser for you?
I haven't checked recently. The last time I checked was about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and we were at 215.
All right, everybody. You need to get into the USEA Foundation
.org,
or maybe Joel will pop something up so they can click on it. The
QR code. If not, go to my Instagram and it's on there.
Yeah. So it's a great thing to do. I gave, Briggs gave, we all gave.
Everybody gave. It's a giving time of year, so donate to that. And how about you? What do you have to do while you're there? What's your responsibilities?
I have one rider meeting. Probably meet with sponsors.
Right.
In the vendor area.
Yep.
Briggs is there for the Rebecca Farm, the Broussard grants.
Yes. And when do they give that out?
I believe they give them out at the
Saturday night one.
Saturday night one.
Right.
We're going just to be a part of it. I really think we would have been notified by now, but we're going anyway.
Yeah. We're just going to go support the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing to go through. Great news is, we had a little blip on Hottie. That's why she didn't run at Morven.
Right. That's not great news.
Well, the great thing was it was
Tiny thing.
just a disruption. It wasn't anything bad.
Right.
But we didn't run her, and he just came back. Jonathan, who is amazing.
He's the 3D scan guy.
The 3D scan guy.
Right.
So good. Came back. She got a
sweet.
The disruption's gone. Everything's great. So we're on the right track.
Beautiful.
So
I'm just going to check this and make sure it's not Lauren.
All right.
It's not.
And what do you are you going to do the run?
I'm going to do the run. I have the cross country safety committee meeting, and that's it.
I think this meeting, I'm really glad because I've talked to Jen a bit.
Yeah.
And I will tell the people that be there, I cannot stand our USEA website.
The new one.
Yep. Since
I see. So I wonder, like, okay, I'm glad you say that because I feel the same way. But the problem is every time a website like updates itself and changes, I always hate them. And I'm like, this is terrible. And then after a while I get used to it and I'm like, okay, maybe it's fine.
But it's with Show Connect. So it's taking it, they did it all for the horse show management piece.
Right.
And to me, I don't think that's our mission and what we should be doing and spending $1 million doing that. But that's just my opinion.
Right.
Anyway,
I'll leave that to the board member of my house to deal with.
And she is on it.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Good luck, everybody.
My opinion on that. Everything else is going great. Getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah. You saw when you pulled in, I was putting Santa
on your horse.
On my horse and rider. Yeah. Well, my rider.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's become like a tradition. Do you know? So for those who don't know, we have a statue at the front of our farm with a rider. And every year for Christmas,
in really good position.
It's Kyle. Sorry, man. I've told him that too. We always dress him up for Halloween. I put a pumpkin on his head.
Yep, I like that one.
Yep. And then for Christmas, I put Santa on. And we have gotten people who, like, they will stop and take photos with it. And we even had somebody stop by the farm at one point and leave a note in our mailbox on we were late that year. It was like not the 20th, but maybe like a week before Christmas. And they were like, why isn't Santa out yet? Like, my kids need to come and see Santa. So it's become a little bit of a thing around here.
That's good.
To have Santa on,
I like it. You do a good job.
We have fun.
It's a nice statue.
That was actually Jen's mom called us up. No, she lived here on the farm and she came out and said, I've bought a horse and I don't want to hear anything about it. The truck is delivering it on Tuesday and you are expected to look after it. It is my horse. And that's all she told us.
And then it arrived.
And we were like, oh God, what did Rita buy? Like, this is going to be some terrible, crazy horse that looks beautiful, but it's not
small.
No, and it was a statue.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, so
y'all are driving. We are flying to the convention.
Yeah, I think we're the only people from Florida that are driving. But I'm looking forward to the driving because we're driving. Yeah. I haven't told you this yet. Caden is coming along.
Oh, good.
So he wants to come and see New Orleans.
Yeah. Will that be his first time?
First time to New Orleans, and I'm not sure that that's the convention I should break him in on. But I also thought, like, maybe having mom and dad there for your first time to New Orleans actually would make it a better experience than not.
Is anybody else going his age?
I think Liam's going to be there on the weekend, yeah.
Oh, so, that could be trouble.
Could be, but they're both pretty
They're both really good boys.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
That'll be fun.
Plus, I don't have a lot going on, so I'll just follow them like a hawk.
Yeah, we're going to do the same thing.
Right, perfect. Just
go
follow
out
them.
And just have fun.
Right. Cool.
Good topics, things to do. I know we're expecting Lauren Nicholson on next.
Yep, she'll be here any minute. So
let's get ready for her because I need to really prep because she's got a lot of stuff she wants to talk about. So.
All right, well, let's do that. Let's take a moment. We're going to get ourselves ready for Lauren's imminent arrival, and we will be right back here at the Horse Trailer Pros studios. Thank you to Horse Trailer Pros. It's about that time of year. I got to get my trailer in and get it inspected, get it acid washed and ready to roll. You guys should too. Give them a call at Horse Trailer Pros, and we will be right back with Lauren Nicholson in the EquiBrew segment.
Yes. EquiBrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
EquiBrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order EquiBrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
If you're in the horse world, you need to have a good lawyer. Whatever the size of your business, having the best legal support is paramount. Rick and I use our friend and attorney, Yvonne Okrant. She's a partner at Hinshaw & Culberson LLP, which is a national law firm with over 450 attorneys. She's been at this for over 24 years and is licensed in Illinois, Florida, and Wisconsin. Yvonne can help you with contracts for horse purchases, sales and leases, as well as equine activity liability, releases, and training and boarding contracts for individuals and entities. If you need help with a syndicate, she's done over 350 contracts and operating agreements for sport horses in all 3 disciplines. Whatever your legal need is, Yvonne can assist you. Call her at 312-704-3080 or email at yocrant@hinshawlaw.com. So we just told you all about Yvonne Okrant and wanted to just remind you guys to give her a call if you have any legal needs involving anything in the equine industry. Make sure you use the promo code HORSELAW. That's going to get you a free initial consultation. Again, remember that promo code HORSELAW. You're going to love Yvonne. Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454. Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We're here in the Horse Trailer Pro studio, and it is Lauren Nicholson in the house.
Hello.
Thanks for coming. And we are in the EquiBrew segment. EquiBrew is a great live probiotic. I use it on all of my horses. It just gets put in their feed. It helps them absorb all of the stuff you're already giving them. It is great for their gut health, and my horses love it. They actually eat better because of it.
You're such a scientist.
I am a scientist.
It has live microbes, the only one in the world, actually, for live probiotics. It's a daily supplement. Order it at brickfieldnutrition.com. Believe me, you'll see a difference in your horses.
It's good stuff.
Yep. Let's go with Lauren.
All right, so Lauren, thanks for coming.
Hey, happy to be here.
I actually was surprised you hadn't been to the Prestige Worldwide John and Rick Show studios.
I know.
Brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros.
I mean, in your defense, you have requested it multiple times, and I have flaked on you, but, it's all about building suspicion.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of build up to this, so we're expecting big things.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That, for better or worse, big things will come.
Exactly.
We have a lot of big things happening. So you're getting ready to head over to New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yeah, I know.
For the convention, yes, on the many committees and just the one board now. But,
Yeah.
It's everybody's job to volunteer, and, we get a lot out of this sport, so it's our responsibility to put it back in as well.
Guess how many committees I'm on right now?
Way less than you used to be. Yeah.
One.
Exactly.
So great.
Yeah. And I have you to thank for all of this time I'm spending.
I think it was David more than me.
David insisted. You just guilt tripped relentlessly.
Yeah.
And I was like, how many committees were you on when you were 22?
Like 17.
Exactly.
Just so many.
Just guilt tripped relentlessly. But it worked. It was effective.
Yeah, well done.
Here I am.
Thank you for doing it.
Well, also, Lauren, on a personal level, with your abroad trip, you had some good stuff happening.
I did. It was kind of like a crap year with like 6 really good weeks in the middle.
I mean, 6 good weeks is more than a lot of people do.
Hey, I mean, I'll take it. Some years it's just crap from start to finish.
You had a big win on a horse that you've been really careful with. So tell us about that.
Yeah, Larcott Zed, and he's owned by Miss Mars and Krista Schmidt. And I got him. I've loved him since he was 4 years old when Reagan LaFleur first got him, and she brought him over for a cross-country school with David, and I tried to buy him then, and then harassed her for years. And then she is incredibly brilliant at school and the violin as well, and went to college and was riding with Will Coleman at the time, so Will competed the horse for about a year, I think, and then when she got a really good job opportunity out west, they decided to sell, and lucky for me, Coleman had just bought Diabolo, and so he knew I loved the horse. We're quite good friends, and he called me, and I think I'd gone and sat on him and bought him within 24 hours of that.
Smart move.
Yeah, but like he's an incredibly talented horse, and they'd done a beautiful job producing him. And I'm a bit of a firm believer that it kind of takes 2 years to get a partnership with them, no matter how much they've done. And you a little bit have the like honeymoon phase where you're first riding them and you're kind of just winning things. And then you have the like development phase where they're learning
It's like
your
that
ways.
7-year period of marriage.
Yeah.
Right. But it only takes a year with a horse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so then, like our last year, and he got plagued by a few things. Like he got a really bad lung infection the second year, and like he had a couple of random things that a little bit set us back as well. But then it was nice because then we came out this spring and it was firing on all cylinders.
Firing.
Yeah, I mean, I think he won his advanced at Rocking Horse, won his advanced at Terra Nova, won Bromont. Granted, that felt a bit by default, but I'll still take it. And and then we went over there and he won Arval. So
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I watched you. It was a good go. So,
he's such a lovely horse. Like he makes the job easy.
Yeah, and he was brilliant at Bromont. Like he was great there.
Yeah.
It's not like I know what you mean because of
Yes.
that whole situation. But it's not like he had an okay weekend and won it.
No, like he was
very good.
lovely. And like, it was more that I had left points on the table, so it felt like I kind of got lucky still being in first at the end, but whereas like Arval, it just, everything, was just bang on, and then worked out at the last day.
Absolutely. Well, congrats.
Thank you
Good
very
job.
much.
I wasn't surprised.
Oh, that's nice.
Now for the hard questions.
Yeah, go.
Go ahead.
I like hard ones.
I know.
Bump.
Our sport's where it is today. We're having, a lot of things challenges we need to get through. Where are you in your migration of thought of what we need to do moving forward?
Well, like jumping into this, there's a few kind of areas to cover, but I had thought of something. So, like one thing is the social media side of it, in which I'm trying to think of it like a neutral question, but do you think we should add another lane to I-75 to help with traffic?
Yes.
Well, you're a freaking idiot. You're the human equivalent of a paper cut, and I hope you die.
Right.
Do you see it my way now?
No. And the funny thing is, you would never say that, but you'd have no problem saying that on social media, which is the point, right?
I don't know. I'm pretty.
Actually, you would probably say that.
But like, it's shocked. I think one thing that's shocking to me, obviously, are kind of the allegations and the abuse that has come out and been prosecuted by the FEI or UCF, but also the vitriol of people online. And it's a little bit the same with politics. Like, have you ever gotten someone, like the end goal is to get people to realize they were wrong. And has anyone ever changed your mind by telling you you're an idiot?
No.
Right?
Rick tells me it all the time and I still feel the same way.
Yeah. And like, that's the problem is like, yes, they have to be, the idiocy has to be identified, but it's got to be in a constructive manner. Because if we are going to improve the overall, just universal worldwide methods of training horses, now that, when you know better, you do better, we've got to do it in a way that the people that are using methods that aren't horse friendly actually agree with us and come to our side to do it that way.
Which I think to that
because
point,
they believe in it.
Yeah, and I think to that point, like I just think through my own career of things that, and I have always loved horses, but things that I think back to how I would have trained a horse and how I train a horse now have changed over time dramatically.
Yeah.
To the point where, like I remember growing up, horse stop, the first thing you did was hit it with the stick, it has to jump.
Yeah.
Now, when I have a horse stop, and I'm sure because of all of this stuff for the last few years, I haven't hit a horse for stopping the first time it stops in years and years, because I always assume it didn't understand the question. I probably didn't explain the question to it well enough. And if I get after them for that, then at best, they're just going to jump whatever I point them at, which actually is not what I want to have happen. I want them to understand what they're doing. So that's kind of my point is you do evolve.
Exactly. And like, you know, who wants to be the same for their whole life? Like, that's the most boring person on earth. Like, the whole point of like our existence is to continually evolve and grow and get a deeper understanding of, you know, human experience and the horse experience. And I think that's one thing we have to do when addressing these issues, because it's obvious that it's not just a one-off, right? Like, there are multiple people in our horse community that are using methods that we don't agree with. But if we keep making it just this negative, we're not going to change their way, and we're not going to encourage other people to learn a better way, right? And I'm not saying you ignore the abuse and don't address it. I'm just saying that there's got to be some part of the conversation that's actually productive.
Sure.
Right?
Which is the hard place that we're at.
Yes.
Especially with social media.
Yeah.
Because you can't get there.
And like, I totally see both sides with, like, you know, not to pile on Andrew, but just his is the most recent kind of situation where people are upset he didn't get a lifetime ban. But think of it this way. So what if he did get a lifetime ban and wasn't allowed in the sport anymore? But he's almost 40 years old, and this is his only expertise. So he stays in horse sport, but goes to barrel racing or something, and never changes his ways, right? Because and our sport alienated him and cut him out and didn't want anything to do with it. Or do we punish him for his sins, but also give him the opportunity to change? It's safer for him to stay in this sport than go to another sport, because everybody's going to be watching. Right? Like, we're aware, and everyone's going to be there. And, you know, I'm optimistic that he is going to change his methods. Like, I am optimistic about that. But I don't think in every situation that cutting them out of the sport is actually the horse-friendly thing to do.
I agree. And we also can't discount the fact that no matter if it's an Andrew or a Charlotte or a whoever, while there might be other things within their life that might be creating anger, and that needs to be addressed.
Exactly.
They need to do that. Let's get to about the FEI tribunal, right?
Yep.
And how that works. I know you talked to David. I know you probably know. But a lot of people think that the FEI are the ones that put down the sentence.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
No.
They suggest what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
so
go ahead.
from talking with David about it, and this is all public information, basically it's like a court, right?
Yeah.
So they have, we'll just, whoever it is, whether
Just say the defendant.
whether it's Andrew or whoever it is,
Whoever.
if there is a person that is being prosecuted, we'll say, by the FEI comes in and presents their case. That defendant defends themselves with a lawyer. They have, and I was told it's about 30 people worldwide that volunteer their time. They are lawyers and or judges, and they have volunteered their time to hear these cases. They are part of the tribunal. I believe it's 3 of them get selected, and they get selected just like a jury, right, by the FEI and the defense, and then those people hear the case. And the FEI comes in and tries to prosecute, and I do know in this particular case they went for the lifetime ban, and then the defendant defends themselves, and then it is not the FEI who decides. It is the tribunal, the 3 or so people, the judges of that case, who decide it. And I just think that's an important thing for the viewers to understand, is because I've seen this. Oh, the FEI is terrible. The FEI is letting this person back in. The FEI doesn't care. They're allowing this to happen. In the most recent case, they did actually go for a lifetime ban, and whether you think that's the right thing or you don't think that's the right thing, it was a case that was heard and looked at, and there's a process in place. Now, to your point, if you don't like the process, then petition to have that process changed.
Yeah.
But it is a process, actually, that is pretty well established through a lot of governments throughout the world, including our own.
It's not the defendant's fault that the process worked in their favor this time.
Right,
You know?
exactly. And I don't know the specifics of any of the cases, to be honest, but I do know that that's the process in place. And for me, knowing that makes me at least say, okay, well, it was done
It went through
in a fair way.
Yeah.
And this is the outcome, and whether you like it or you do, I mean,
if you don't like it, then become a lawyer and join the tribunal.
it happens in America all the time. We just had P. Diddy's trial, right? When you're like, oh my goodness,
Which
really?
I live to be 50 Cent's level of petty. I've been watching all those interviews and it kills me.
But it's just like,
But it's the process.
Yes.
Right.
It's the process. And
It's not a perfect process.
Not a perfect
but
process.
neither is pitchforks and
correct.
And things don't happen over. I'm always so shocked. Why hasn't something happened? Why? I mean,
it takes bloody forever.
Yeah, you got to have due process. So you got to go through and methodically think about what's happening. At least that's how I want it to be done.
Yeah.
With that being said, I know there's a platform that Mike Winter's coming up with.
Yes, which I don't want to get it. I don't want to get the name wrong. Where you guys can. Mike and Mike Winter, Canadian eventer, Olympic team member, Worlds, Pan Ams.
Good talker.
Good friend of ours as well.
Right.
Him and Emily Gilbert have started a company, Equestrian Global Symmetry. And their goal is to try to address not only the issues in horse sport and social license, but also to educate and also to help understand the benefits that equestrian sport brings to society as a whole, and even in the broader scheme of community and volunteerism and everything else. And they've actually, I think he said, they only launched it recently, and they've been working with multiple equestrian federations around the world, and fox hunting program and handicap riding program, and doing education and webinars on educating them on this and better methods. And at the end of the day, like the conversation, there's always right now we are realizing that there is more of this than we originally thought due to social media and the broad sharing of information, right? Like before, you would know about trainers who used methods that weren't ideal kind of locally and through word of mouth, but there was no like global access to this kind of information, right? And so I think all of us, even us fully immersed in this world, are a bit shocked the last few years by some of the things, and some of the things our friends are doing, that we never even thought, right? And so, rather than just be like, the whole sport is just trash and everyone's trash, there's not. There's a lot of very empathetic trainers that use super empathetic methods, and also that are constantly educating themselves and curious about how everyone else does it and new methods and everything else. So it's about how do we get that information out there? How do we get that education out there? How do we start making it as worldwide, the good training methods, so that parents bringing their kids into sport and everything else have a way they can access the information to know who is ideal and everything else, And I think that's the hardest thing. And like we were talking about before, we all, when we were 5, 6, 7-year-olds, went to our instructors, and you got down the ring if you didn't have a whip.
Yeah.
Right? And your pony stopped the ditch, hit it, right? It got over the ditch, you did it right? Like that's what we were taught. And so until you see there's another way, I still remember when I first came to the O'Connors and I was like, oh, you can teach them to do a ditch that way?
Right.
Like then you're like,
that's way easier.
That's great. I hate hitting my pony.
Yeah.
Right? So, and also you find that it's more effective in everything else. So like to me, that's a huge part of it. And I think the high performance side of it that has to be acknowledged and can't just be brushed aside or treated as if we can make it go away is like, David always calls it before like a 3-day, you're getting a little twisty. Because you do, you get competitive, right?
Yep.
It's every sport. And, David and Karen had always used that line, you're getting a little twisty, which was that you're putting too much pressure on.
Yep.
You need to tone it down, which, immediately we would, right? But that's...
I feel like first you would
Well, I just take it out on
glare,
him. Like,
yell
you
at
have
David.
to find coping mechanisms. Mine is to tell David I hate him and he's stupid and to go away.
Yeah.
But at least I take it out on him and not the horse.
Absolutely fair. And he can take it.
Exactly. He'll be fine. And so, like, but I think it's important because the first time it was pointed out to me, I was like, oh, I am getting a little wound up, right? But then now I know when it's coming. And I'm like, you are not going to be any good to anything today.
Right.
Either you get this under control or you go for a hack or a trot or whatever, right?
Yep.
And that's something with time and experience. And I was very fortunate to have such good mentors in Karen and David and the community they'd created around them that getting rough with the horses was never even like a option as the solution, you know?
Right.
It was always about, well, why is he acting like that?
Right.
There must be.
Right.
And that's one thing I found in my program now is like, I trust my program so much and my methods that if a horse is acting out of sorts, I immediately are like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
He's either, sometimes EPM, Lyme's,
Ulcers.
pain. Yeah, exactly. Like I immediately know I know that our program and the steps we take to get a horse to a point or level or whatever is a way the horses understand and that they don't shut down during, right? So if they do, then I immediately am like, we got to go. Something's
figure
wrong.
it out.
Yeah, and I think that's an important part. I mean, and with that, it just takes time, right? Like you don't know how to get a horse 5-star even after the first time. You're like, I got it there, and then you're like,
remember quite.
I don't know how to do it. But I've been very lucky to have several, and through that, then it's like you have a method that you believe in and you trust. And I think Coleman brought it up as well in his Noel Floyd interview, saying that he's got a program he really trusts. Whereas there's a certain point in your career, you're still a little bit taking pieces, trying to find that secret sauce. And like the other thing, I think one thing is too, like you get to a point in your career, you accept that success is cyclical, right? 6 years ago, could we imagine Tim and Janelle not winning every 3-day they entered?
Right.
And they've had a bit, Tim did just win, like they still have had success, but then there's a lull, right?
Yep.
Same with Mickey, same with Roz, same with everybody, right? And rather than like, once you're like, oh, it just happens to everyone. Like there is no way anyone stays at the top for 20 years and just wins everything they enter, right? Not even Mickey, right? And so I think that's accepting that there's different versions of success are also part of it. I went on a tangent there.
No,
but it was very
you didn't,
well
because the
said.
point is to be okay with that
Yeah.
and not let it get you so upset and so, I'll say focused, but like unfair
Yeah.
on, and it's not just the horses, it's all the people around you too.
Yeah.
Like in all seriousness, thinking of the David thing, right? Like where it's like, Jen always gives me a hard time because she always says like 12 weeks out, just so I start becoming insane. And it just builds and builds and builds and makes it really difficult to live with me, right? And she's right.
Because all of a sudden,
You're like,
you're just a little twisty.
A little, but I think to Lauren's point though is you had all these great mentors, right? And then now you took all of that, and it does take, at least from my experience in Briggs, is you got to step away from that for you and create your own from what you know, and then you build it. It doesn't happen overnight.
No, not at all. And it constantly keeps
Morphing
changing.
and
changing.
changing.
Depending on, where everyone is in their life. And funnily enough, and not that I want to give David and Karen too much credit. They'll get too cocky. But Lynn and I were having a conversation a couple days ago, like, because obviously everybody's talking about this a lot.
Right.
And Lynn's on as many committees as I am and everything else. And she goes, I wouldn't want him to know this, but I am so grateful that we grew up in that program.
Yep.
Right.
Because we never like we just never even were allowed
went
to be
down
mad
that-
at a
went
horse.
down that
Yeah,
road.
like you just weren't allowed to.
Right.
Like it was not accepted, and if you didn't take that on, then you
But I
weren't
think
allowed.
to that point, you're right. Like, so fortunate that you guys grew up in that program and I was in great programs. But I was, funny enough, coming from the Midwest as you did, I also, while I was in great programs riding with really great horse people from a young age, like I was lucky enough, I don't even know if I told you this, but my first ever jumping lesson was at BZ Patton at that time, at BZ Madden's parents' stable. Swear to God,
That's pretty cool.
her parents' place was a mile down the road from mine.
a little boy from the
Yeah,
Midwest.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I never met her. She was gone by the time I got there. But
Yeah.
like it was a good program,
Yes.
right? And then I went to Ann Jennings, who was a great horsewoman. But I also was around in that area some really not kind
Yeah.
people who were successful. I remember hearing stories about one of them when horses would rush the fences in the indoor, they would just flip the lights off and the horse would crash the jumps. That would make them back off. And I remember as a kid being like, wow, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Like that sounds
I wouldn't even think of that.
that sounds scary. I don't think I want to do that. But
Who came up with this first?
right. that? I had very
Like who did it first?
a very mean person.
And then we're like, this is good.
right. But like you do see it, right? And if that's so you were lucky, I'm sure you were lucky, I was lucky. But I did see those programs, and I knew people who that was who they were
method.
with. That's
Yeah.
what they were with. Those kids grew up with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the Midwest as well, but I started in, Western pleasure and barrel
Right.
racing. And my recollection was I never was exposed to abuse.
Yeah.
I was lucky, I guess,
Right.
going through it. But as we moved through
But I
that-
also think there's a difference, right, between getting upset
right.
and having a bad moment, and then having it be part of your program where you train through anger and aggression.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that is a problem.
That's
Exactly.
where Lauren was right on point. I think you have a horse, you're going down to the ring, right? There's something that wasn't there yesterday, is there today, and they throw a fit. You just got to go, okay, it wasn't there.
Sometimes it was there yesterday, but,
But
they just
whatever.
didn't care.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. But there are days that you just got to go, should I really be riding?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
I be doing this?
Am I
right
going to
now?
get anything done today?
I gonna
Like,
get-
is anything productive going
I
to come
just
out
go,
of this?
I'm going to the barn.
Yeah.
And I think as you do this longer and longer, and I'm sure you guys are there's days when I get up and I'm just like,
Not
I'm
riding.
just-
we're trotting today.
Yeah, this is a groundwork day, right? Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I think the platform that Mike's probably working on, and then the ability to transition the thought for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Our sports built upon amateurs and young riders and juniors, as well as the top riders that have to, John and I were talking about that. It's like, we've got to rebuild us.
Yeah, and I think, like Mike said when we were talking to him a bit ago, one of his really good points was for the history of horse sports, the grassroots and the amateurs and the hobby riders looked up to the elite high performance as this is
The goal.
the best way to train horses and take care of horses and everything else. And all of us, not just those grassroots levels, but are even us as professionals with the stuff that's come out the last 5 years, no one trusts us anymore,
Right.
which is fair enough, right?
And almost don't trust each other.
Exactly.
Like I won't send horses to just any professional.
No, not
I have
at
to
all.
know who they are.
Exactly. Like I need to have been in their barn quite a
Yep.
bit in their program and seen them. How do you operate every
Yep.
day? And it's fair that the public's lost trust in us. But so how do we go about in these changing times? How do we go about finding a way to get their trust back and creating resources so they know who are the right people? And then also, how do we educate everyone that wants to do anything with horses to the best methods? And
Agreed.
like that's one, yes, there's been a really ugly side to social media around all this. But one of the positives is actually, have you ever seen so many of the younger generation playing around with natural horsemanship And, you know, like you see, like I see all these kind of under 21s, under 25 kids posting videos with, you know, jumping their horse on a rope and playing around with that. And great. That's great. Because that wasn't, I mean, everyone made fun of me relentlessly for the natural horsemanship.
Well, for a lot of stuff.
I mean, a lot of stuff. But like, you know, oh, did you shake a rope and whisper? And I'd be like, well, you don't know what I whispered. But like it's the great part of the social media is now we have access to so much information. And I love watching those videos and TikToks. There's some really cool cowboys out there doing really great stuff and really getting into how the horse thinks and everything. And that's one of the big things I kind of noticed and accepted a decade ago, and then that I teach my students a lot, is with any living creature on earth, when your blood pressure goes up, your critical thinking goes away, and you're just acting off instinct, right? So anytime they're getting frustrated or the horse's blood pressure shot up, either due to the rider or to the bird that farted or whatever, you need to just pause for a moment. Because no matter what you get done, they're not going to remember it because they've gone into instinct mode. And they're not going to recall, oh, they did this and then it was a warm, fuzzy experience. They're just going to be like, I blacked out, but I'm still alive, and it was probably because I lost my mind. And like you referred to, I don't want a horse that's not looking at the jumps, right? I don't want a horse that is jumping because it's more scared of me than anything in front of it. And it's also a safety thing.
Well, but don't you think also part of that, but just a little sidetrack, is in reality, probably 20, 30 years ago, the courses weren't that complex. So you could get away with them jumping out of fear, and it didn't really matter. Now, they are so complex. They are so
the horses
tricky.
Have
the horses have to
problem solve on the run. And it's all about like educating them into to me, like I always say when we're working with the young horses and anything else, my goal through the whole trajectory is to never face them with anything that they don't think they can problem solve. And, you know, like we all know those horses, you watch them jump around Kentucky and they're 2 strides out from the A and their eyes have already gone to B, C, D, E, right? And those are the horses that you can catch a leg at the A and be hanging out the side and they keep jumping through it all. And you also, if you make that your trajectory, however long it takes, then they do get to a point, they don't waste any time questioning what you point them at. They just immediately start problem solving, which is the safest horses on earth, right? Are the ones that just are looking at the next obstacle. How do I do this the best way possible? Do
you remember Gabby Ruane, who used to work for us? She every year shares the same video of her horse Carlo in the advanced at Chattahoochee Hills. It was a rail down to a skinny triple brush, and it was like, I think it was like 6-7 strides. It wasn't an overly complicated question, but it was a skinny little brush, and she fell off at the first rail.
And he just kept going.
And he cantered like 5 strides, and there's a photo of her sitting on the ground like this,
watching
and
him.
he is like this. Over
Where are you?
That's great.
And she is proud of it because she's like, look at
how much
this
my horse wants to do
look at how
this.
much he understands.
If I can just hang on longer, we will be golden.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly, those are the horses that enjoy the sport. Your riders enjoy the sport. They're the safest. It's, it's not just, oh, we want to train them this way because it looks better to everybody.
Right.
It's actually the best way to do it because they'll last longer, they're safer, they make a better picture, it's way more fun.
Yep.
So like it's now I think we should get to the stage of problem solving. How do we prevent this in the future?
Right.
We can't change history.
We need to do the groundwork.
Yes.
On the ground.
So
So here we go. We are all leaving for the convention soon. It's great to have your perspective because you're in the trenches right now, right?
Feels like it.
And
I just need
in so many ways.
So I think we all, this is a way of letting people know what's happening.
Yeah.
And so I think it's great that you're here to tell us about it.
Well, it was important when we talked about doing this, whether we would address this stuff.
Right.
And, you guys were quite kind, like, we don't have to talk about it, like, it's fine. But as uncomfortable as it is and as risky as it feels, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what soundbite I've
Right.
canceled myself with.
But all of us were dying.
I mean,
I think the bird part was the best one.
I mean,
I didn't even think birds could fart, but I guess they probably could.
I mean, do you know? You don't know.
You're right, I don't.
You don't know what you don't know, John. I can't remember what I was going to say.
You're saying we're
I think that I said I do think we need to address it because I think
Yeah.
it looks just as bad on us when we don't address it.
Right.
Because then it doesn't seem like we care or trying to do anything.
agree
We
totally.
care a lot. And I think everyone, including myself, it's scary to address it because frankly, we're worried that it's just going to draw attention that something,
Sure.
that
But what we can say, the cat's out of the bag.
the cat's out of the bag. And, this one thing, like I've just gone, I'm like, full disclosure is the only way to go in this day and age. If you
It
do
is.
something wrong,
Transparency.
you just admit it and
go
like
for it.
just go for it because people can access information so
Anywhere.
easly anywhere. So
Anywhere.
there's no point in trying to like hide things, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but you have to address it, and I think for the greater equestrian community to address it, and also how many people are trying to find ways to fix it.
Right.
We can't change what has happened in the past or how people were taught to train horses, but we can change going forward.
Absolutely.
I think one question there that the professionals and the trainers, everybody out there can ask: are you open to letting anybody onto your property at any point in time in your riding during the week?
I actually pitched. I was like, maybe we should just live stream our arenas. And someone
So
was
you can
like,
just
that
see it.
seems like. And I was like, but I mean, it's like trying to brainstorm
Yeah,
ways
right.
to gain
mean,
the public's trust back
I
because we've
would-
lost their trust.
I would
fairly.
invite anybody to our farm, see the care for the horses, see
Yeah.
what we do with our vets, with our farriers, with our
Yeah.
training. There's nothing to hide.
No, and like that was one thing David and Karen always drilled on us. They said, if you wouldn't do this in Central Park, do not do it here.
Yeah, he said that to me as
A
well.
All the
dozen
time.
times. Yeah,
That's his
and
line.
it's an easy line because no matter
Yeah.
where you are and you could just be learning posting trot,
Right.
but like you can go, is this getting something that I'd be embarrassed if I was in Central Park? And then be like, okay, I need to go get help from someone or
Right,
get
right.
and anger starts where knowledge stops, right? So if you're getting mad, it's probably because you're just missing a piece of
Right.
education, and you just need to go to a mentor of some sort to
help you
to guide
you
you.
through
Be
it.
like, I still do it all the time. Like David this summer came and I was like, can you get on this? Because I'm stuck.
I'm stuck.
And I don't know what part's stuck.
Yep.
I
Help
don't
me
know.
out.
Help. I just,
Yep.
but
Did he figure it out?
Yeah.
Yep, so there
Which
you
is
go.
always really annoying as well. Like you'd like them to like struggle
struggle
more,
a little. Yeah.
Be like, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to need a few. But then when they like ride 5 minutes, they're like, well, you're doing that thing again where you use an indirect rein when you go on your shoulder.
That's true.
Fine.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Okay.
Before we wrap this up, I'm just going to ask you here in front of everybody, speaking of like making positive change and doing things for the sport, on Thursday, which is the day that this comes out,
Oh, you're there.
at the annual meeting, you are there.
I'm there.
I'm running.
Running away?
I'm doing my third 10-mile run for the
You're not
Frangible
gonna try to ask
Fence
me to run, are you?
fundraiser. I'm just saying you
David
could come
won't
along,
do
you
it
could run a
unless you
part
get
of
an
it.
electric bike.
You've known me for how long? If
You've
I'm
got
running,
long legs, you could run.
If I'm running, there's something chasing me.
Yeah, you're
10 miles.
10 miles. I have to run 10 miles while I'm there on
say
Thursday.
it's for a good cause.
Yeah, it's to help.
Frangible
I'll
pins.
do it if I can run beside you and make fun of you the whole time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Really?
Until I get tired.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
So you want to get tortured too much.
That's like a couple
Are you
miles.
really doing 10 miles?
Yeah, I've done two
just have her
10-mile
meet you at
runs.
the
No,
last
the
mile.
problem is
Have them meet you at the last mile coming back.
I'm way too competitive, and it's going to be like
Yeah, you
that
wanna
How I
win.
No,
Met Your
we just
Mother
go slow.
episode
We
where
just
he
go
runs the marathon and then his legs won't work. Like, that's going
Where's
to be
Lauren
me.
today? We have a really important meeting on Friday. She's
No.
in bed.
She's in
Well,
the
I did.
hospital.
I
She's getting
did
fluids.
try to run at one point. I think I was like in my early 20s, and I was
Didn't work,
like,
did
I'm
it?
going to be an athlete. But I kept running till I'd throw up, and I'd be sick because I couldn't just like.
We're just
Just
going to
a
go
little bit.
slow and steady. It's going to be great. It took me the last one about an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Are you excited?
No.
Everybody heard
But I'll
here?
do it.
Lauren's coming. Awesome. Can't wait. All right. So we're going to
Great show.
We're going to take a break.
Gonna get with
And then we're going to get with Kimmy Cecere, who we have to get to sign our banner as well. We did not forget.
It's soon going to be Kimmy Patterson.
That's right.
I know.
Isn't that cool?
So cool. So thank you to Equibrew for sponsoring this segment. It is awesome. Make sure you guys check it out at brickfieldnutrition.com.
Yep.
.com. And Lauren, thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks
Really
for being
appreciate
here.
it. That was
we'll
awesome.
see you in New Orleans.
Looking forward to it. All right, we'll be right back.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Since 1950, Maison Forestier has been offering its know-how to design custom-made saddles for passionate riders. In 2016, Maison Forestier took a turn and expanded into the sports world with the goal of improving the performance of the rider-horse pair. You will find a professional, reactive, and fun team to answer your needs. And this is why I have chosen Forestier for all of my saddlery needs. Feel free to contact the saddle expert in your area for more information by visiting www.forestier.com.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are still in the studio, and we are here with Kimmy Cecere.
You got it.
See?
That honestly is the biggest piece of information I needed to make sure we got because I was saying when you were at Kentucky and we were doing the commentary, I think everybody on the team said your name a different way.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just call her and ask her?
Because she was competing and I didn't want to bother her with like, hey.
She goes,
People have called me before. How do you say your last name? Cecere.
Yeah, Cecere.
I've gotten Cereri, Cecere, Cesari.
I said Cecere.
Cecere?
No, that sounds too close.
Let's go on about this wonderful rider.
Yes. Well, thanks for coming, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. And I think maybe the place to start is at the beginning. So we know the last sort of 7 years, 8 years or so, you've been with Lauren and over sort of in Camp O'Connor land. Mm-hmm. You're from Massachusetts?
Yep.
So I was reading your bio and you grew up obviously in a horsey family, yeah? So
Yeah.
how did that start? Tell me a little bit about your family and what your childhood was like.
My mom's very horsey. My dad's a musician, but he's kind of horsey too. Like he's ridden a little bit. And she like put me on a pony before I could walk. So I think I was like doomed from the start.
Right.
Perfect. And I grew up in the Hunters. And then when I was probably like 10,
Right.
we heard of this guy named Denny Emerson.
Right.
And I was not doing well on the Hunters because I wanted to go faster.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so my mom brought us up to his place and we spent a couple weeks up there and I was like, oh, eventing, I'm in.
Right.
Like full send. And so then I did like my whole high school career riding, eventing. I still did the Hunters with like the Hunter circuits in high school, but it was just sort of I liked eventing a lot more.
Right.
And so then my parents, they've always been really supportive. And they said, I can go into this as a professional, but I have to go to school first because they want me to have some sort of a plan if I get hurt or if I want to quit, that I don't feel trapped in it. So I went to Kentucky for 4 years, ended up getting a job teaching at a college coming out of it. That's how the master's came in because I needed a master's to have that job teaching at that college.
So you went to Kentucky to go to school?
Yeah, sorry, I went to UK.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Went to UK, evented all through UK.
Right.
And then ended up teaching at a college after
Which college?
Bridgewater College in
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah. Okay.
I worked with Jerry Shurenk in high school, and then he moved there to teach there.
That's a
so I
good
sort
school.
of followed him. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a nice experience.
And then you got your MBA there?
I got it online while I was there.
Gotcha.
And then Jerry actually called me over the summer and was like, there's a job for you with Lauren if you want to go interview.
And then I went and interviewed, and I never left.
That was it?
Was
What
it.
year was that?
2016.
Did you have an event horse at the time?
Yep, I had 4. And
who were they?
I had Impromptu, who was a horse I had gotten while I was in college. I had Aspen, who was a impulse purchase on an auction from my mother.
Those are the best purchases to make.
Yeah. And then I had 2, one of her homebreds and another off-the-track thoroughbred, I think he was.
Oh, so many stories spin off of those 4.
Yeah.
How about the homebred? That's interesting.
Samson. He came to college with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, funnily enough, my mom's farm is pretty small. And so they don't have big fields and whatever.
Right,
So
right.
I went to Kentucky and I went to Kathy Weishoff's.
Oh, love Kathy.
Yeah, like they're her fields, I think 90 acres. It's massive.
Wow.
So we tried to turn him out and he was not having it. Like he threw a temper tantrum, tried to jump the fence, would run himself sick every day. So we put him in the smallest field she had. He still couldn't handle it. And so I'd have to go out and hand graze him, and then eventually we just sent him home because he hated it. And so he was able to do a little bit more with me after that, but that was sort of the end of him wanting to be any kind of an event horse and be in open fields
Sure.
and stuff. So he's still at my mom's place. Girls will lease him and do the hunter stuff with him.
That's great.
Yeah,
Very cool story. So when you went to Lauren, who did you take with you?
I didn't.
You just left everything
I
behind?
left everything. Yeah, that at the time that was a requirement. So I sold 2 and kept 2 with my mom.
And which farm you went to? Virginia first or Florida?
I went to Virginia to interview in October, and we came right down after.
Go, John.
So you went with no horses,
No horses.
which is, I think that's a really interesting way to do it, and honestly probably great for other people in that position to think about it, is like, in order to put yourself in with sort of somebody who was at the top at the Olympic level, if that was the requirement, you obviously were like, okay, then this is what I got to do, and gonna go there and learn that stuff. That had to be a big decision, though. That couldn't have been easy to do, right?
To me, it was like I didn't think I would ever get an opportunity like that again.
Right.
Like, it wasn't to go be a working student. It was to go and break the babies and
Right.
train them, and then Lauren takes them in the upper levels, and that doesn't come around very often, especially like in the hours that they offer, and I was getting paid, and like for somebody that just graduated college, that was huge. So
Yeah,
it
but
was
I
worth
think
the
that my point, I
sacrifice.
think like that, you're absolutely right from a logical standpoint. But the thing that I have seen, and you both may disagree with me, is most people who are in their early to mid 20s, or even mid 20s to late 20s, are not logical. They are going to take their horse that they love, and they are going to go, and they would never take that job because, well, I can't take my horse along, and this is the horse of a lifetime, and I'm going to go to the Olympics on it. Which, you know, we all hear the stories of when that happens and works out for people, but I think probably statistically the way you went would be the most successful for most people, which is, let's go get into a program, make a life out of it, and then build on from there.
Yeah.
You know what I hear, we're almost talking more than you, but I think my insight is you are going to have that ability to bring the horses along and then let them go. A lot of people going into those barns don't get that ability.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. That's what
I commend you for taking
Yeah,
what I
that's
consider
great.
would be a tough decision to make at the time.
Well, I did sneak one. I did sneak
Here we
one. She stayed at the neighbor's, the auction horse.
There you go.
Stayed at the neighbor's. I probably had her for, I don't know, 8 months.
Right.
But I couldn't do a lot with her because I couldn't show her.
Right.
And so Mia showed her for me.
Okay.
And then we sold
Mia
her.
Farley?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So then obviously over time it evolved because you do have a string of horses. So how did that happen?
Actually, funny enough, so I did the babies for a while, and I was pretty happy in that position, kind of bringing them up to like novice training, and then Lauren would take them. And then they had 2 horses for sale. One was named Ginger Rogers and one was named Monaco. And they said, whichever one doesn't sell, Miss Mars is going to let you keep the ride on it, and that'll kind of be your horse to start getting you up the levels.
Right. And that worked out pretty well.
It did. Monaco did not sell. And I started with him at training level. And Lauren had taken him to 1 advanced and didn't really think he was going to be like a top horse, which is why they were going to sell him because, you know,
Right.
she's there to go on teams and go 5 stars. And so we didn't think he could go advanced, but they knew he could go intermediate, 3-star, and I needed more experience at that level because I had only done intermediate at that point. And so we just kept every year making a goal and then getting to it, and the next year making a goal and getting to it, and then we were like, oh my God, I think we're going to go advanced. And so then we tried to go advanced, and he was really good, and then we kept planning a 4-star and going to it, and another 4-star, and then a 4-long, and then Jockey Club was the first one we did. And then that led to him living abroad with me for 2 years and doing 5 4-longs.
Which is, I mean, and
That's
it's
amazing.
really cool because I do remember that horse with Lauren.
Yeah, and it's funny now, and she makes fun of me all the time. Now that I ride other horses, I do say, I see why you thought that way about Monaco, because getting back on the 15-3 hand is a lot scarier when you have 17 hands and really Scopy in your barn, and then you have Monaco who tries his heart out, but he's not very big and he doesn't jump very high.
Right.
Well, talk a little. It's great you went to Europe for 2 years, and there's a way you got there, which is very important for riders coming up the ranks. And how did you get there?
Yeah, that was the Wilton Fair grant.
So because you apply every year for it. Kind of tell us the scenario, because it's a process. But how did that happen?
It was the spring. I had just broken my collarbone on a dirt bike. I was sitting in my house really bored.
Motorized dirt bike or a pedally dirt bike?
A motorized, I thought, you know the track?
Yeah.
Up by the hay.
You were there?
Oh yeah, me and Will went, thought that we could.
Wait, stop.
Yeah,
You just said Will.
Exactly what happened.
We already know what's going on. You don't have to go
Seen
any
him wipe out
further.
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
Okay.
Will.
Enough said.
I thought I could go off a jump. I could not. I should not. I didn't.
Well, you probably did, you
land
just
it.
didn't land.
I didn't land it. Broke my collarbone. So then I'm sitting in my house and I was bored, and I had noticed that was the last week to apply for the grant, and I hadn't thought about applying to any abroad grants because of my job.
Right.
But I called Lauren and I was like, can I? And she was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So I applied, didn't think anything of it.
Right.
December came around, I think, or maybe November, and they started doing their first round of interviews. And I was like, oh yeah, I applied for this. I kind of forgot. And they did the phone interview. This was 2020, so I never did an in-person one. I think we did a phone and a Zoom. And they were really great about, when I did get it, they let me delay it.
Right,
I think
because of COVID.
Because of COVID. So
Yeah.
I think I delayed it. I think I received the 2021, but received the 2021 one, and then went in 2022.
Two.
And that grant got me over there and through a whole season, which was huge. I had just Monaco at the time, but I went places that I could ride horses. And then I called them, Miss Mars and Lauren at the end, and was like, can I stay for another year? Do you need me? And Caitlin came and took my job when I went.
Right.
So I was like, do you need me back? And they were like, oh my God, no, stay. And
So who did you work with over there? What was it like? Were you scared? I mean, you're going over there, you have a really nice horse, right?
Yeah.
But who did you work with?
I wasn't scared, which was great, because I think I was just really young and had no idea what was going on.
I'm going!
And I took a train to the north of England, 3 hours away from where I was living, to buy a car from somebody that worked for Lauren's, whose brother knew him. And I bought this car, and it was a stick shift, and I'd never driven a stick.
Oh, man.
And I had to drive 3 hours home, and I stalled out on the highway
other side
so
of the
many
car the
times.
whole way.
And the other side of the car, and the other side of the road.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that was definitely a benefit to going and being a little bit naive about everything.
That's good.
But so my plan the first year, I wanted to be with the best rider and the best trainer in the world. So my first half was with Chris Bartle. My second half was with Tim and Janelle Price. Oh. And then when I went back the second year, Tim and Janelle were moving
To the new farm.
to the new farm, and it was a location I couldn't really follow them to. So I wanted to go back up to Chris's because I really liked my time there. And that was after Nicola had gotten hurt, and she's only
Right.
30 minutes from him. And so her yard, they call it yard instead of farm,
Of course.
was empty. And so I called and said, can I come base with you and occasionally ride with Chris? And I was there for a year, and it was amazing.
Yeah, because you did some check. So where did you compete? How many 5-stars did you do?
I ended up in a really great situation being at her place because she had placed most of her horses, but there was still a couple or some of her connections that needed somewhere to
Right.
go. So I actually got a ride on one of the offspring of her old 5-star paint mare and rode him. He's like 18-hand paint horse. He was really cool. Rode him. The guy I got Vinny from sent me a couple young horses to ride. So I ended up having like between 8 and 10 horses the whole time I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really actually awesome because I pretty much just rode with Nicola all day, every day.
Right.
We just go out and do sets. And the first year I was there, Monaco and I did Bramham in the spring, Blenheim in the fall. The second year, we did Ballindennis in Ireland in the fall, and my whole summer was taking mostly young horses. So I
Right.
got to like see the English way that they do the young horse classes and kind of travel around and do a lot more local stuff, a little bit of jumpers, and then I did a couple of FEIs like Kelsaw Hill and a few things like that. But I got to kind of see everything, which was great.
That's great. Where's your first 5-star?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh yeah,
It's in the
coming.
future.
It's coming.
It's coming. I don't know
Well,
where
that's
it'll
a
be.
cool story. So that Wilton Fair really got you where you needed to go, which is cool.
Yeah.
David, Wilton Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, what a cool story.
Yeah.
So we get to this calendar year in April, and you've got Hermitage, right?
Yep, that's
Did I
Vinny.
say it right? Hermitage?
Hermitage.
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 I probably screwed that up there too. I feel like I didn't.
Announcers probably hate me.
I mean, we don't hate you. Honestly, while we were doing it, because I remember that was the division I got to do the commentary on, it was just like, oh, I still haven't asked how to say this right. So I just call you Kimmy.
That works.
But you went there and did the 4 short, and that obviously is a big class. You know, Briggs has jumped it. And kind of what was it? Was that the first time you rode at Kentucky was this year, or had you been there before?
No, Monaco went before.
Okay. So you did go on
And-
him, right?
That was Vinny's first 4-star.
Right?
That's a hard first 4-star.
That's the hardest first 4-star.
Uh-huh.
Or
So
5-star short.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of just briefly talk us through like what it was like that week with him. So that's actually a great one. So you had been there before, but you're going, this is this horse's first time there. But it's not like it's your first time. So you know what you're up against as you enter.
Kind of. Monaco did it during COVID. So I didn't have the crowds.
Oh, right.
So I kind of knew.
Right.
But I did live there for 5 years. So I saw it every year and stuff like that.
And
but-
Lauren obviously is going to give you good advice if you should go or you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
So what was it like leading up to it?
The lead up, it was my entire goal of Kentucky. So this horse, when I got him, massively human shy, massively horse shy.
Right.
Like, you couldn't catch him in the field. You could barely walk into his stall. And so the crowds was my biggest. Like, I wanted to get him there now so that he doesn't have to see the crowds for the first time at a 5-star.
Right.
And so the prep was basically just doing anything I possibly could that made him uncomfortable and then working through it. So I would like carry a little radio on and blast music.
Yep.
Or have somebody yell at the side of the arena. Whatever I could do where I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. That'll scare him. Let's do that.
Right.
And it was way less about like, can he jump? He can jump the jumps. I know he can jump the jumps.
Right.
But it was more like, how do we desensitize him?
So he can see the jumps.
Well, and I
so
think
that-
that's,
yeah, so that he can see the
I think
jumps.
it's brilliant because I will, like, honestly, I took a horse years ago there at the 5-star for the first time because it wasn't a 4 short at that point, and he was horse shy and people shy,
Yeah.
and it blew his mind.
You
And
see
he
horses
did
do it
not
every
go well.
year.
He did
Yeah.
not go well. Ended up pulling up about halfway around the course because I couldn't get him to look at the jumps.
Yeah.
And he was a good cross country horse.
Yeah.
So
Which one was that?
Zatopek.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
horse.
yeah. Yeah,
but I
good
took him
horse.
there, and he from fence 2 was not looking where he was going.
Yeah.
And that is not a fun track to go around not looking at the jumps.
No.
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
That's really sparkly.
Thank you.
What's happening?
I'm getting married in May. I'm
Congratulations.
changing my last name to something pronounceable.
What
Which
is it?
Patterson. Patterson.
That is going to be so much easier.
Who's the lucky guy?
Steven, we grew up together actually.
Oh, wow.
And reconnected. He's a military man, which is why I move
Perfect.
so much because I'm trying to follow him around.
Okay.
So is he officer?
No, he's a first sergeant,
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
What's he do?
infantry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Brave man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the wedding's in May. Where?
Massachusetts.
Uh-huh.
Our parents are like 10 minutes away from each other, so they found the venue because
I was
neither of
just
us
gonna
can
say,
ever
are they
go
planning
home.
the whole thing
They
for
are
you?
planning the whole thing.
Perfect.
My dad has a binder. Like he's a big wedding guy.
Dad.
And
Father of the bride.
yeah, they're planning.
Well,
the whole thing.
congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
And I do know, we were talking about Will earlier, who you have 2 of his horses, which is great because Will's Juicelag, I call him the other word, but it's fine, is
Will, we love you.
we love you. But you got 2 of his horses, and
Yeah.
he's like a sucker for getting into trouble with danger.
Yes.
Do you know that he wrestled, we're on the Silver Springs in a canoe, and he grabbed an alligator by the tail and tried to pull it in?
My God. I'm not surprised.
So never go dirt bike riding with him ever again.
I will not. I'll learn my lesson.
But 2 of his horses.
I do.
That's good.
Yeah,
nice horses.
I'm down here working with Scott Keach to try to, do a bit more with show jumping
Good.
improvements. So right now, Vinny's on holiday, Monaco's on holiday, and I only have young ones. And I kind of got to the point where I needed to start jumping bigger jumps. So I called him and I was like, "What's Quintana doing?" And he was like, "Sitting in a field." I was like, "Can I have her?" Because I need to practice on a horse that can jump. And he said, "Yes, as long as you break her baby." So I got the baby.
That's a pretty
good
fair
trade-off.
trade.
Yeah.
Is it a nice baby?
Yeah. His name is Carl, and he is very large. He's like 17 hands already.
What did he breed to?
I'd have to look up his dad. I can't remember, but it's a jumper. Yeah. It's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna.
That's okay.
Let's blurt it out when it comes to you. It's fine.
I will.
Because before we wrap up, I do want to talk a little bit about Terra Nova, because you went there and you did. You were in the long there or short? Long. Okay, that was his first long for Hermitage.
Yes.
Hermitage.
Do that again.
Hermitage. So you had to go out and jump, and I know it was better for the 4-star, but you did have to go through that coffin, and I saw you had a great round and a good performance there. So what were your thoughts on the whole track leading in? How did that, obviously on the scoreboard it was good, but did it ride as well as the score?
I didn't know what it was gonna ride like on him because I have never galloped him for that long.
Right.
So I knew it was gonna be a learning experience, but I wasn't so worried about the coffin. I was absolutely petrified of the drop in the bag.
Yeah, it was massive.
That is huge.
Yeah.
And I've never taken him off anything like that. So the coffin, I just knew I basically had to let him do whatever he was going to do with as much leg as I could possibly put on and sit back. And he did exactly that because I chipped a little bit coming into A, and he jumped B, and then he left a leg in the air to do a third stride to come out of C. Like, he's so clever with his feet.
That's important.
I'm very lucky to have him. And then we got to the drop in the back. He got a little tired on me at 6.5 minutes, and then his second wind came in like that, and I was like, whew, excellent. And then
Thank goodness.
We got to the drop in the back, and he goes to the top, and I can feel him when we're galloping up, like his head starts to raise, like we're going up a very steep hill.
Yeah.
We get to the top, and he stops, and his ear just flicks back for half a second to be like, this? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why we do this, but yes. And he's like, okay. Jumps off it.
That was a good one.
That's amazing.
Do you own that one?
Yes, I own
That's
him with
awesome.
a couple family friends, the Schmugarages
Good
and
for
Brenda
you.
Gerald.
Excellent. It's funny, the big drops are coming in all over the place. Rebecca has it. Everybody's
I
getting
think the only
them.
thing with the one at Terra Nova is that it is
Up the mound.
That's
I
what
think
I
that makes
got
it
up
harder.
there and I was like, I feel like I'm on the top of a building.
Yes.
Because you're like,
Because
up
you
there,
are.
there's
You
no
are.
other terrain.
It's just, you just go up, and then I think that's very hard.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
very
agree.
hard.
Yeah.
So just briefly then, what are the plans this coming season for those 2 horses?
So I decided to put Bromont on my schedule, which is a week after my wedding.
Right, that's super smart.
Why would you not do that?
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to aim Vinny for
Honeymoon.
Bromont. Yeah. Well, that's what he said. He's like, at least I can go to Canada again.
Yeah.
And then Monaco's doing pure dressage now.
Okay,
And
cool.
so we went to regionals at Pre St. George last year.
Good.
I want to try to do that, but improve on it this year.
So you go over to WEC here, and awesome.
Yeah, trying to do. There's 15 flying changes in his test, and for an event
In
rider,
the Pre St. George.
I'm like, I get to number 4, and I'm like, count. I lost my count.
I have definitely done 15 flying changes in a dressage test before,
Not on purpose.
but not on purpose.
That Ingomore horse, that one right there, was awesome in the Pre St. George. Loved doing changes. So
Really?
now he's an equitation horse in Wellington. But
Well, so that's awesome. So he's going to do dressage and is doing well at that.
Yeah.
And then Bromont.
And then Bromont
Bromont.
with the other one. And so will you go to Kentucky with him again and do
Yeah,
the short class?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think it's good to get them there as much as you can.
I think it's good to go there in my personal, from having watched it. I haven't actually ridden the short, but from what I've seen of other people, to go there and then give them a little bit of time before the long and not
Yeah.
try to run them right at Tryon, I think is probably a little more fair.
Yes,
In my
I agree
opinion.
with that. Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes you have to, though.
I know, for sure. Absolutely. I'm just saying, I think if you can do it, it does work out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have to hope you come out of Kentucky in great shape,
Yeah.
right? Which
Of course you will.
Which I guess, no, but I'm saying like feeling good, happy to go, all of that. Right?
Yeah. Well, and Kentucky's nice too because, like, I felt really lucky when I was in England. Every big show has that much
Right.
energy, the crowds,
Right.
it's all at every show. Whereas here, we don't get that as much. So, like, the more you can get them exposed to it so that when you do go to any kind of a championship, that's not a factor in
Right.
their focus.
Well, what a great story. I'm glad we had you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Because it's nice to learn more about you.
Yeah.
And know how to say your name until May.
Until May.
Till May, and then it's, Patterson.
Patterson.
Yeah,
I got a lot of
so
Kim
much
Possible jokes already.
Oh, they have. Awesome.
KP,
I like it.
yeah.
I like it. I remember that. All right. Well, listen, Kimmy, thank you for coming on.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. And are you going to wrap this up or am I?
Why don't you rap it, John? Because you're such a good rapper.
I am. Like the vanilla ice of the podcast. Oh, boy. Stop that. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode. The next episode is going to be the Christmas show. We've got big things in mind. We might get some interviews from the annual meeting, possibly. Although I will say a lot of times we have big plans for that, and then we get sidetracked. So we'll see. But we're going to have a great Christmas episode for you guys. Thanks for joining. Thank you, as always, to Horse Trailer Pros. Matt and his team over there are awesome. If you ever need anything with your trailers, Horse Trailer Pros is the way to go. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.